bosses can just go in and get what they want.
Yeah, but I just want a little bit of focus on it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I have a bag of very decent insurance. Stable Mary. Some of them are actually brand new or very close to brand new. So I want to give them to some. I don't want to bring them to savings. You know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I just wanted to give them to somebody. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah. 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 I'll look at my control. So I'll send pictures. I didn't know this. I'll look them up. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, Concordia. What a beautiful sight. What a beautiful sight of beings of light. And thank you for joining us online. We're going to get grounded in the place where we show up.
To realize I'm not alone. Good morning, Concordia. Good morning. Welcome, everyone here and everyone online. Concordia is where many hands and hearts come together as one. Okay. And so, our mission here at Concordia is to provide spiritual tools for personal and global transformation. Our purpose is to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence, and our vision is a world that works for everyone. And so we have a special gift for those who are here for the first time. Please see the greeters for Signs of My magazine that we'll give to you. And also in front of you, you will find a connection card. And so this is where you can put your personal information, keep in touch with us, and keep abreast of what's going on here. We have a lot of events and classes and all kinds of fun stuff. And more importantly, on the back is the prayer request. So we are a very prayerful community, and make a prayer request, and us practitioners will hold that in our hearts. I think you all know me, but I forgot to say I'm Carla. One of the practitioners here. I knew there was something. I jumped right in. So welcome all, welcome each, and I know this service today will be divinely guided. It is all the activity of spirit, as there is only one, and we are all within this one. And so I know each one's hearts and minds will be open and receive the message that is given from our special guest, and with our musicians and our singers, and up in AV, down in Fellowship Hall, I know all is well. Blessed be, and so it is. Take a breath. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy. Holy Spirit divine. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, come. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, open my heart. Holy, longing to see. Holy, holy, and love lives in me. You are holy, holy, holy. You are holy, holy, holy. You are holy, holy, holy. You are holy. You are holy, holy, holy. You are holy, holy, holy. You are holy, holy, holy. You are holy. Holy Spirit divine, come to me. Healing love, healing me. Open my heart, allow me to see beauty and love surrounding me. I am holy, holy, holy. I am holy, holy, holy. I am holy, holy, holy. I am holy.
We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are whole. I am holy, holy, holy. I am holy, holy, holy. I am holy, holy, holy. I am whole. You are whole. We are whole. I am whole. Good morning. My name is Mary, and I have the honor of being your practitioner today. And just feeling the vibration of that song, feeling the wholeness of whom I am and who is the truth of each one here and each one everywhere. And so we just take a moment of silence to center, to feel the vibration of God in this room and everywhere. And so what I know is that there's one power and one presence. There is nothing pushing against that power and presence. There is only the joy, the peace, the harmony of the one. And I know this is the truth. I know it's the truth regardless of how things may appear, how things may feel at any particular moment. I know this because each one is created by this creative force. And this oneness expresses itself through its creation. Each one is an individualization of God, of the one. There isn't God in something else. And so what I know is that each one brings forth their individual selves, their personalities, their thoughts and ideas, their values, all brought forth through the power of the oneness. And I also recognize that each one has a filter, which is part of their physicality, the brain. And that the brain is very important and useful. However, it is not set in stone any more than anything in our physicality is permanent. All form is changeable. Every thought, every belief, every idea, anything that has ever been thought is malleable, can be led toward the light, toward what is good. Everything
everything, everyone, and that each one chooses moment to moment to see the light of God, to see the good in any situation, to feel the love and the joy and the sense of belonging to something much greater. Because I know that each one is imbued with this life force. Every cell, every organ, everything is of the oneness. And what I know of the oneness is its abundance, its diversity. It is never stuck. It is never afraid. It is never confused. It is never anything but life itself moving out forward into the atmosphere around each one. Each one is a divine idea in the mind of God, operating through God and bringing forth the highest and best for each one's life. And so, in gratitude for all that has transpired so far today with the AV team, the musicians, the band, the singers, the people in hospitality, all the different moving parts that are part of this oneness that we've created here in this room and on Facebook, all who are tuned in, and that there is a ripple effect moving out into the community, into the world around us of peace and harmony and love. And I know each one is this truth, and that God operates in, as in, through each one. It's abundance. And so, in gratitude, knowing that the message that Reverend Toni will bring forth today is aligned perfectly with Spirit. I release this word. I release it as law, knowing that it is complete and absolute. It is already done. And I affirm this by saying, and so it is.
I have the pleasure of introducing our speaker, who I was thinking is truly one of the gifts we receive in not having a spiritual leader. If we had a spiritual leader, we would never know Reverend Toni, and she is just one of my faves. So it is a great joy to introduce. So Reverend Dr. Toni LaMotta is an ordained CSL minister, an inspiring speaker, #1 best-selling author, and a master teacher with the uncanny ability to see you as you are and then arm you with the tools so you can see it as well. She holds a doctorate in religious studies as well as a Doctor of Divinity and 3 master's degrees in pastoral ministry, adult education, and mathematics. Her range of experiences has brought her in front of international audiences and at some of the top Fortune 500 companies, including AT&T, IBM, Pennzoil, college campuses, and churches across the U.S. She is currently the president of Paths to Transformation, an online school that focuses on transformational tools such as the Enneagram and the quantum living process. And now Reverend Toni can hear us.
Yay!
Thank you so much. It's great to be back. I want to begin today by reading the lyrics originally featured in the 1983 Broadway musical La Cage aux Folles. I am what I am. I am my own special creation. So come take a look. Give me the look or the ovation. It's my world and I want to take a little pride in. My world, and it's not a place I have to hide in. Life's not worth a damn, so you can say, hey world, I am what I am. I am what I am. I don't want praise, I don't want pity. I bang my own drum. Some think it's noise, I think it's pretty. And so what if I love each feather and each spangle? Why not try to see things from a different angle? Your life is a sham till you can shout out loud, I am what I am. I am what I am, and what I am needs no excuses. I deal my own deck, sometimes the ace, sometimes the deuces. There's one life, and there's no return and no deposit. One life, so it's time to open up your closet. Life's not worth a damn till you can say, hey world, I am what I am. So as we celebrate Pride Month, I believe this song holds immense significance. It's actually become an anthem of empowerment, acceptance, and self-love. And the song's message is certainly aligned with the ongoing fight for equal rights for the LGBTQ plus community. And it serves as a rallying cry for self-acceptance and authenticity. And I believe it's for us all. The song beautifully encapsulates the theme of self-acceptance, and it's urging us to embrace our true selves without fear or without judgment. So the lyrics themselves portray a powerful message of liberation, that it encourages us to stand tall, proud, unapologetically be yourself. And the song serves as a reminder that everyone should celebrate their unique identities and find strength in authenticity. And from our Christian background, today we might recognize it happens to be the Feast of Pentecost, which is not just celebrating a historical moment, but it's a living, breathing metaphor for the soul's awakening. And at its heart, I may not have thought of this before, I know I didn't really, until I prepared this, but Pentecost commemorates the moment when the Holy Spirit descended on the apostles and empowering them to speak in many languages and breaking down barriers and opening a new era of inclusion. And the divine moment invited people of every nation to hear the good news in their own tongue, symbolizing not only unity, but the sacredness of difference. So it's, I believe, a vivid theological affirmation that Spirit speaks through every voice, culture, and color. And it's a call to embrace the full spectrum of humanity and to paint with all the colors of God's love. So Pentecost is more than fire and wind. It's a moment when Spirit breaks through boundaries that we built. It breaks through cultural, linguistic, religious, and even personal. So it's for me, the divine showing up in unexpected forms and even unfamiliar voices and saying, you too, you belong. Yeah, you too. All of you. And isn't that what New Thought teaches? You know, the Spirit is not bound by tradition dogma, or appearance, but it flows through each of us uniquely, divinely, vibrantly. Ernest Holmes in The Science of Mind says, there is a divine presence at the center of every person, a unique expression of that one life. You know, so Pentecost it's a perfect spiritual image of this principle. The moment the apostles began speaking in the tongues, it wasn't chaos. It was harmony in diversity. And it was God painting with all the colors of humanity. And this message is echoed, I think, in the song, I Am What I Am, when it declares, I am my own special creation. It's not just a theatrical cry, it's a metaphysical truth. You know, each of us, are a one-of-a-kind emanation of spirit. You know, do we really get that? You wake up in the morning knowing that you are God in action. How would you live knowing that? Knowing that who you are is divine. You know, you're not here to fit in. You're here to shine, to speak, and to live out loud. You know, we're invited to boldly proclaim the beauty of living authentically and unapologetically. And just as Pentecost shatters the constraints of a single narrative by empowering many voices, I Am What I Am declares the freedom to live out one's true identity without any shame or without any conformity. And I think the song is a defiant joy march, which is just like the spirit of Pentecost. And both are stepping into the light, claiming your voice, and letting your colors fly. And in the Spirit's fire and in the anthem's chorus, there's one message. You're not only allowed, but you're called to be fully and freely yourself. What does that mean for you? Where are you hiding? Is there any place that you're not saying, this part of me is okay? I allow myself to be seen. You know, when I say that Pentecost invites us to paint with all the colors, I'm recognizing that the divine doesn't demand uniformity at all. It celebrates variety. Just as a painter uses every shade to bring a canvas to life, the Spirit does the same, working through every language, every identity, and every expression. I have a personal mission statement that I wrote over 30 years ago, and it still echoes in my heart. And that is to celebrate uniqueness and recognize oneness. And right now in my life, I'm specializing in teaching the Enneagram as a tool that recognizes exactly that. It shows us that what's possible when we live from our essence rather than from our ego. When we fully understand our own unique gifts, then we have the opportunity to fully express those gifts in the world. And so I'm going to ask each of you to do a little inventory this week and ask yourself, what are my special gifts? How would I like to be seen and known? What are the things that I might not even be expressing in my life right now? What can I be expressing more fully? And if I'm not, why not? What's preventing you? What's stopping me from being fully the person that I was born to be? The part that expresses spirit uniquely. You know, it's like God has no hands but our hands. God has no eyes but our eyes. So, you know, God doesn't get to be expressed in the world if I hold back. So I think today's call is really about fully, creatively being the courageous life. What part of you is holding back? What is there a call in you that knows it's supposed to be doing or being something that's not happening right now? So I'd like us all to take the message both of Pentecost and of that song, I Am What I Am, as kind of a duet, a celebration of spirit that empowers us not just to exist, but to flourish in living color. And I want to tell you a story that I read recently about someone who found a way to do just that. There was a small urban church that was known for its radical welcome. And there was a young person, a man named Eli. He stood up during a Pentecost Sunday to share their story. Assigned female at birth, but now identifying as non-binary. Eli had long struggled with whether there was a space in the church and in God's love for someone like that. They'd grown up being told they needed to be quieter, more conventional, more acceptable. But when they arrived at that church, adorned in a Pentecost stole that shimmered in rainbow threads, something shifted. The scripture that day wasn't just read. It was danced, it was spoken in English, in Spanish, in Tagalog, and in sign language. The sanctuary erupted in colors with banners flying, people of all walks of life joining in a chaotic holy harmony. And when the choir began to sing, I Am What I Am, Eli wept. Not from shame this time, but from recognition. For the first time, they didn't feel like they had to shrink to fit God's grace. The Spirit had made room for their whole radiant self. You know, in our spiritual centers at CSL, I trust that everyone is truly welcome. And in our personal lives even, we need to welcome not only others who may be different from us, but even every different part of ourselves, especially those parts we think are unacceptable. We'll go with that, don't you agree? Something that you'll see this part of me. You think I'm good, but you haven't seen me. You know, what if we totally allowed ourselves to be all of it? And instead of trying to fix ourselves, we totally recognize that even those parts that we're condemning are God in expression. I am a full expression of the infinite, perfect, whole, and free. You know, New Thought teaches us that the one mind expresses itself in infinite forms. And Holmes says the Spirit comes to us with a new and fresh creativity when we allow it to do so. I think Pentecost reminds us we don't need to all speak the same language. You know, think about it in our political diversity and polarization. What if someone disagrees with you? We don't have to look the same. We don't have to love the same. We don't have to pray the same. You know, those fundamentalists in your family that you struggle with. All of us are filled with the Spirit. We just need to be open. The divine doesn't erase uniqueness. It amplifies it. You know, the colors of who we are, our stories, our cultures, our identities, our loves, aren't distractions from the divine. They're the palette through which God paints. So today, our invitation is to paint with all the colors of our unique spirit. So the question is to ask ourselves, where in my life am I fading? Is there a part of my life that I've been compromising in order to keep peace or to fit in? Do I have talents that I'm just not using, that I'm still hiding? Don't dim your life because you're afraid to fit someone else's mold. You know, how many of us do jobs for years that we hate because that's what's expected of us? or we say the right things. We behave in certain ways because we don't want to stand out. We want to feel like everyone else. Don't translate your truth to make others comfortable. Pentecost says, speak your truth in your own tongue, and know that Spirit will be heard through that. As the song says, so what if I love each sparkle and each spangle? Why not try to see things from a different angle? And that's what Pentecost really invites. And that's what New Thought truly affirms. That's what Spirit calls us to celebrate this entire month. Who am I? Who am I really? I close today with an affirmation. Today I claim the fullness of who I am. I am a radiant, divine expression of the infinite. I speak with the voice of truth. I love with the fire of Spirit. I shine in and I paint with all my colors. And I am what I am, God in form. And so it is.
So it is. Stand by for one moment. Steve, can I get the red mic?
Put the mics on. Put the mics on right now. Put all the mics on.
So we get to practice love, patience as we shift technology, and you might be aware of like a crackling sound here. It's just me. We're on it. We're on it. It's gonna get better. Yeah, it needs some healing. We're on it.
service, please? Thank you so much. Well, I'm here to do the news reviews, and I want to put a shout out to Diane Drummer. So yeah, first things up, men's breakfast. Or anyone come up and share a few notes?
Good morning, everybody. Breakfast is coming Saturday, 9 a.m. Please join us. Please invite any friends or loved ones that just need fellowship and a nice tasty breakfast that Brian Fisk and I will prepare. And my apologies to those I sent a premature announcement this past week, but it's this coming Saturday the 14th, so I look forward to seeing you all there. Thank you.
Jorge, you're being your authentic self. Okay, spiritual summer camp, Elaine, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm going to talk a little bit about spiritual summer camp this morning, but I have a message from Lisa Conlon, who will lead this summer camp and is out still exploring the West. She'll be home this week. She wanted me to ask you, does anybody have something that they always wanted to do but never had the nerve, the time, courage, or just any idea of how to move forward? This is the perfect chance to try something you've always wanted or just realizing you'd like to try or have. You'll be addressing all areas of life, health, relationship with others, yourself and universe, your abundance, or what you may feel you lack. And maybe you would like to fine-tune your working experience. Summer camp is especially for you. We'll be using all ALLLL, and even more of the tools, practices, principles, and laws that we teach and learn about on Sunday. And we'll take them into our daily lives for 6 weeks and more. There are no books to buy and some really good-looking worksheets and handouts. Ready to transform and experience a greater life, then you are really ready for summer camp. It'll be fun, lighthearted, motivational, inspirational, and educational. What is stopping you? So join us for summer camp. We start a week from Tuesday, 6 to 8 p.m. here in person at Concordia, and it really will be fun. 6 to 8 p.m. Yep, starting with 17.
Thanks, Elaine. That was awesome. And Shannon, things about the Women's Circle.
Thank you, John. Good morning, everyone. I'm here to announce the Women's Circle for June. So it's the last Friday, which is June 27th. And we are celebrating Concordia Rocks. Woo! And it fits perfectly with this month's theme because you can use all the colors to paint your rocks. So please join us at 6:30 downstairs in the fellowship hall. On the 27th. Thank you.
That sounds fun. Okay, it is David Roth coming up on the 29th. Song and Sermon and Song. This stellar performer is going to touch the hearts and minds in such a spectacular way. I cannot emphasize this enough. This gentleman was born to do this. And everyone here, all your friends on Facebook, come on down, be a part of it. Do not miss this spectacular event. It is mind-blowing and heartwarming. Please, please, please invite everyone to this wonderful event. Carla, come on up and share about the cereal drive.
Good morning again. Oh, I gotta do this one. I am here to promote a cereal drive. We're doing this once again in conjunction with Lakewood Baptist. All the cereal goes to West Bend Marketplace, but it's especially important in the summertime to bring cereal to the kids who are at home, not in school getting breakfast. And I know I love cereal, so it's not just for breakfast. So we can collect cereal here each week. It'll be through the end of July, and then I'll pass that on to Lakewood and it'll get to West Bay. Thank you in advance.
Carla and I, just a little quick announcement and very short. Carla and I will be teaching a class in September together as a team, and it's going to be called Beyond Limits, and it was what Reverend Dr. Toni referred to about doing what you were born to do and go beyond what your imagination at this point can think of, you come and join us. A little short plug there. Okay, that's it. I think it's Just giving. Thank you. That would be Mary.
Thank you, John. Thank you, everyone. So, did anyone here feel blessed today with the message, with the music, with anything? Yes, yes. And so that is consciously what conscious giving is all about. It's about knowing you are blessed and giving and then receiving. It sets up that law of reciprocity. So if the readers would come forward, there are many ways to give. You can give through the number on the text. Thank you, 401-466-4454. It's said twice, just so you make sure you get it. And you can also offer cash or a check in your baskets as they come around. And please remember to put your connection card in there with your prayer, the most important piece, your prayer on the back, so that the practitioners can hold consciousness for you all week long. And so, if you will join me in our affirmative prayer, which is, Divine love has to be blessed from all lives, all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. And so it is. So, we'll have our closing prayer. And before that, I just want to say, please do feel free to enjoy break some bread with us, have some good conversation downstairs afterwards. And the community of Christ Church will be coming in after us, so we'll have all our conversations downstairs, if you would, please. And so, just knowing that the one power, the one presence is right here, right now, has been with us in every moment and never, ever stops being with us, each and all. And so being in such gratitude for all that has transpired here today, knowing that each one leaves with a full heart and a full belly and full consciousness of what is possible and real and authentic, that love rules all. And so in knowing this, I recognize that the oneness is life itself, and that each one goes to the next destination, feeling the fullness of their hearts, feeling the joy and the love that is their birthright. And I affirm this by saying, and so it is.
All right, we're going to send you out with another song, because love is everything. I invite you to stand as you're able. Feel free to share your voice.